Hi, everybody. Sunday afternoon, the first week of September, and I decided to do a little bit of sorting today, cleaning out and sorting. I have a lot of beads, and that's pretty much what I'm going to do today. I have stacks all around me of little boxes full of beads. It's not all my beads, but it's stacks all around me. Ones that need to be taken care of. Sorry about that. So I'm hoping I'll get a few visitors today, and I look forward to visiting with everyone on Sunday. It's been a long 2 weeks. My husband was gone to Alaska for almost 2 weeks, came back last night. They got in late, about midnight, and then we had to drive an hour to get home, so it was a pretty late night. But the grass is about 15 inches tall since he's been gone, so he's out mowing grass today. Hopefully he'll get it all done. I don't know. We'll see. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I don't see anyone here yet, but that's okay. I can still start. And this is just, I just put this up here for something to look pretty. This is just one of my older pieces that I've embroidered several years ago. This is the biggest one I've done, and it's all bead embroidered. This is all beads. It's my design. The back is covered with velour, or not velour, I'm sorry, it's ultra suede. And this is the necklace, and this is a loop that goes over this button. And that's the way it's worn. It's kind of a large piece. It is. I showed this the other day just briefly, but I wanted to show it again. It doesn't get to see the light of day very often. It's almost 9 inches wide, and from here to here is about 3, and from here to here, well, I said that already, didn't I? So 3 inches wide or tall, I guess I'll say, at the widest spot, and then 9 inches wide. So it's very, very comfortable to wear. You don't even realize you have it on. It has a little bit of weight to it because of these large beads here. And it's really nice. It looks really nice when it's on. So I just wanted to share that again. Hi, Queen Bee. Thank you very much for liking and sharing. So I'm just going to start with these boxes that I have piled over here, and I'm going to start with the ones that I sorted them out. They come in a box. I'm sure y'all have seen these before. They're meant for photographs. So here's this big box. It's pretty deep. And the little boxes, these go inside. They fit down like this in the tracks. So I've got all those pulled out. I have 2 boxes like this, and then I have one that's a smaller box, which uses the same size boxes, and they just sit down in there like this. And like I said, they were meant to be for pictures. So it's about 6.5 by 4.5, and these are made by Iris. These are Iris boxes. So I'm going to go through all these little boxes and try to sort them out a little bit. I haven't beaded in quite some time. Hi, Ruth. All the way from up where it's cold and friends on the go. I think that's probably my son-in-law. I'm not sure. But anyway, thanks for coming. So I'm just going to start pulling these out and going through them and see if they need sorted or whatever needs to happen. And some of them are going to be small bags of beads that need to be incorporated in I have boxes like this. Try not to disturb anything too much. I have boxes like this that have loose beads in them. and I didn't bring them over here. I have a whole wall of them. So some of the ones that I have in these other boxes need to be sorted out and put back into their things, like into these boxes. And like I said, I haven't beaded in quite some time, so sometimes things just get tossed in where they don't belong. So actually, this is, so these are tools to make Viking knit with. And you can use different sizes of wire. And you know, wire, when it's by itself, this is pretty thin. I'm going to say this is, oh my, like maybe 24 or 26 gauge wire, this one. And when you make it, it's bigger than this. This was probably larger than this when I started. And then you have a draw plate. It's little holes in different sizes. You start with the biggest hole that this one will go through easily, and you just keep pulling it through as you go down, or as the knit, as it gets smaller, you pull it through the next smaller hole. And these are just some pieces that were left in here. So that's what these are. There's a dowel that goes with them, so it would kind of like, too big, for different sizes of wire and what have you. So the dowel would go through there, and you start it. You have a starting wire that you have to put on there, and then all of your other wire hooks onto one of these loops. And depending on what size wire you're using, what kind of design you want, there are different sizes with more holes or less holes, bigger rods or smaller rods. And as you go through there and you work on, here, let me do this. This will be a better way to show it. This is just a knitting needle, but this is kind of the idea. So as you're going through here working on it, you work around the dowel. So I have different size dowel rods that fit these, and then there's different numbers. So, you know, it's pretty. And this was one that we made. Same idea. Just has, it goes like this, you know. And then you work down this way. So anyway, that's what this is. So these are, I think I'm going to leave these in here for the next time I work on something. So this one's good. So as they're good, I can put them away. I can get one of these boxes open. Here we go. So as I come across one that's is okay, you know, and I'm not going to change it at all, I'll just stick it in the box. And I don't label these because they get changed out, you know. If I decide I want to do something else with that box, it will get changed out. And I don't want to label it and then have to remove the label. Too much trouble. Okay, now I got that where it won't fall over. All right. So there was one. Now what's in this one? Okay, looks like I've got a lot of needles in here. And sometimes things get kind of messed up and unorganized because I used to go on a lot of bead retreats, and you know, you carry all your stuff and you don't want to take everything you own, so you pull stuff out to use and then it doesn't get put back where it belongs. This is a little bead picker-upper. And I just happen to have a little bead in here. So all you do is you press it on there, and then your little bead, then you can take the little bead off without losing it. And it kind of looks like a piece of Velcro with sticky stuff down in it, I think. So that's what that is. Then I've got all these needles. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to try to sort the needles right now, but what I'm going to do is make this the needle box. So I'm sure there's more needles in my stuff. So I'm just going to kind of stick that in there for now. Stick this in here for now. Here's a bunch of needles. of different sizes. I use them until they're totally bent out of shape. You can see this one's already starting to get bent. They get a lot more bent than that. This actually is, I do a lot of chains or neck pieces, or I used to, and this was to use as a base for peyote, tubular peyote, and I would bead around this, so it would make a very small, well, of course, depends on what size bead you use, very small tube of beads. So this needs to go somewhere else because I think I have some of those somewhere, and I want the. I think I'll leave this with the bead with the needles right now. I'm going to set that over there. Let's see, here's already some more needles. These are, and I'm just taking my time. I might not get through all of this, but I'm just taking my time and looking. And why can't I get this open? Because I don't remember how it opens. Here we go. So I'm just kind of, checking to see what I have. Now here's it's supposed to be a needle. It's like a piece of wire. I know you won't be able to see it because it's really small. It's like a piece of wire that is twisted. You could see the little twist, and then it has a sharp loop at the top. So you can use this to pull things through. You can use it to thread a needle or whatever you want to do with it. And then there's just other kind of large-eyed needles in there. Okay, so they need to go. I probably should leave this one open because it's going to get a lot of stuff in it. The only thing that I don't like about using these boxes is you cannot put small loose beads in here because they will come through the cracks in the thing. So you always have to put the little beads in a baggie. Okay, this is thread. Here's some fire line, which is actually braided line that is to fish with. This is fishing line. And the beaders realized that it was really good. It's really good line for beading with, but it's expensive. This is, I was trying to see how many, doesn't say, 50 yards. 50 yards of this was $9. And then it got to be even more expensive. And I guess that you'd have to go to like Walmart to find this stuff in a bigger reel. And it was like $12 or $15. Then the beadsmith decided they would market it as bead thread. So 50 yards is $9. And you can get it in different colors. Last I worked with it, you could get it in smoke or white. I think that was the only two colors. So there's thread in here. So I'm going to set this aside for beading thread. And that's what these are too. A little bit bigger beading thread. Okay. So this is going to be like boxes open. Let me see who's come in. Hi, Aunt Beck. What you hadn't seen what before, Ruth? Were you looking at the little thimble looking thing or whatever? These are also just little these are stir sticks, and this is a piece of rubber tubing, and these also they're also used as a form to bead around, and then you push it as you go. So at the end it's not inside, or you can leave it inside to make the necklace that stays the same. And that's the same thing this is. It's just a huge needle that I put a piece of rubber tubing around. So when I'm beading around this little area right here and holding on down here. And well, actually, it just depends how you do it, And so then when I'm done, this does not stay in there. It's just used as a form, just like this one. This is a teeny tiny piece of rubber tubing, and it has a needle inside it just to keep it stiff. So those go together. Now I'm going to leave this in with these because I only use these when I'm doing peyote. And this is called Quick Start Peyote by Deb Moffett Hall. And this is a thing that I'm not going to try to explain it all, but it's a little thing that lets you start a flat piece easier. Oh, the bobbins and the dowels. Yeah. Somebody made that up, and I found it on eBay or Etsy or somewhere. Somebody sold it. And it really works well. Before, I always had to do my own. So I think I want to leave this in here because, I mean, these are for tubular peyote, but this is for flat. So I'll leave it in there. That'll be the easiest way for me to remember where it is. Okay, this is some Ultra Suede that I use on the backs of projects. And these are just, little dividers that go on some other things I have. The thread that I like to use the best now is called 1G, O-N-E-G. And for 250 yards, it's $15. But I love this thread. It is the best that I've found that I like to use. There are all kinds, and everybody just picks their favorite. I'm keeping this because I'm afraid that I'll forget who I got it from. This is a bobbin. So, and I use this if I'm crocheting beads. And I could, because you have to string the beads on to the thread first before you start crocheting. So you have a lot of beads strung on the thread. So you can just wrap them around here and flip this down, and it will hold them in place until you're ready to, get out more thread. So I'm going to leave this here because these are okay. So I'm going to leave those. I'm going to take that Ultra Suede out. So this one's good. What else? Leave that one. Okay, here's an empty tin. I'm going to put it over here someplace with my other tins. I can find them. It doesn't belong in there. This is thread conditioner called Thread Heaven, and you pull your thread through it just like when you're waxing your journal threads. And this needs to go with this thread. Okay, here's some trash. Here, I don't know why this is in here. I was experimenting with some copper. And this is a bracelet. It's not a very good one. I was trying to do some braiding. So there's copper bracelet. And here is a ring. Let me show you. This is a copper ring. Now, these have been sitting in here, so they're getting patinaed. That's a copper ring that I made from a penny. No, I'm sorry, it's not from a penny. It's from a washer. It's not the one I made from a penny. I don't know where it is. Well, this is made from a washer. It's pretty when it's polished up. So I'm going to take these out of here because they don't really belong there. Not sure where they go. Here's some wire. See, there's just a bunch of little things in here that don't really... I'd had them in here for some project or something. So I'm just going to empty this out so there'll be room to put some other stuff. I didn't bring all of my big stone beads over here. I've got several boxes of those. I want to get these straightened out first. I don't want to keep that. Okay. So there's an empty box, and I'm going to use it for these. And that's probably, I might not have any more of that right here, but I do have some somewhere else. Hi, Nettie. We're just looking at stuff. Okay. Oh, so see, like this. Here's something that I made or I started, and I just didn't like the way it looked for some reason, so I stopped working on it. It was meant to be a bracelet, and it's just, you know, like I said, it's barely started. This is a cabochon that I made from clay, and you can barely see the coloring on it there. So this is going to go in a pile somewhere. I'll put it right there, of things that either need to be taken apart or redone or something. Here is a piece of felt. I'm going to put this, a lot of times I use felt as my base when I'm making things, well, like this. This is a polyester felt. It's not the regular kind of felt, it's the stiff kind. And I use that as my base. So all this part right here would have been done separately. So it would have been done on a piece of felt and then stitched onto this big piece, because you probably can't tell, but there's no stitches right here where this is. And that's just the way I work. And then a lot of times I will use the suede or ultra suede or something like that, or leather sometimes on the backs, the finished back, the final backs. Okay, now I'm going to put these in with my needles for right now. These are actually, these need to go somewhere else. These are supposed to go, these go with my glass cutting stuff, because whenever I use my grinder to grind the edges of the glass, I use this to hold the glass. And it's just like leather. I guess you call it a thimble, but it's just rough leather. So these need to go somewhere else. They don't belong in here. Now this is, now is this boring or interesting? I don't know. This is probably needs to be thrown away. Maybe not. This is just that stretchy bandage, you know, that sticks to itself. And whenever I'm working with wire, I wrap my fingers and my thumb, because your fingers, I mean, you can get blisters on there if you work with it enough. So when I'm wire wrapping stuff, I use this. Now, this probably does not need to go with any of this stuff. Okay, so got one empty. I'm looking for places here now. Okay, I still got this open because I have a feeling I have more stuff for that. Okay, this is just pins and markers and stuff. I'm going to leave this here because these are ones that I use to mark different colors of felt or whatever it is I'm doing, you know. Okay. All right, so that's all the tool stuff. Now, I'm sure I'll come up with more thread, because I know there's more thread in these other boxes. I'm sure I'll come up with more needles. Probably might not come up with more backing stuff, so I'm going to put it in the box. I can always pull it back out if I need it. But I'm going to keep the needles and the thread out. I'm going to keep this peyote things out, I think. Oh, maybe I'll just put it over here. Okay. Now, hi, Carol. Who else? Did I miss anybody else? Thanks for coming, guys. All right, here we go. Some of the stuff I haven't seen in like 6 years. Haven't really taken it out because we were in the middle of moving and all that kind of stuff. Oh, yeah. This is one of the bead retreats I went to. I took a couple of classes, and this was one of them. This is a crystal bracelet. It is not finished. I finished one, but I didn't finish the second one. It's a real pain, let me tell you. It is hard to follow. And I just got tired of looking at it and put it away. But I'm going to finish it. And I'm not sure when. Here's what it looks like in person. Get rid of some of these strings. Okay, so here. Isn't that pretty? I don't know if you could see it, but there's little flowers in here. So that at some point will get finished. I still have all the beads and everything, hopefully, to finish enough. I usually put a few extras. So, and this thread is the thread I was using with this. So this is staying with the beads, because I don't want to change threads because it will make the beads look a different color. So that thread stays with this packet here. If I can get it in there. And I had some other things at the same retreat. I don't know why those earrings were in there. Probably they go with this. So let's see what. I had this. These were earrings. And it was stitched around and blah, 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 you know. So it has the directions and all for it. So that's what these were for. Trying to remember which ones came with it. I think, yeah, these came with it. So these are kind of thinnish hoops that came with this kit. And I did make a pair of these, and that's the beads that's left over. So these don't need to stay in there because there's not enough to do anything with. This is a tiny bit of thread. It's going in the trash. Okay. There's another one of those. I'm going to put these here. And then I have all of these hoop earrings, which don't need to be in here. I don't plan on making any more of these earrings. This particular earring. So I don't really need to keep this either. I'm not going to make any more of those. So let me see. These need to go somewhere in the metal. And then there was this one. No, what is this one? I don't even know what this one is. There's no picture. Oh, I think that was the rest of the earring. And then I've got this packet, which has some beautiful beads in it. And I'm sure this was the color of the other bracelet. It's just kind of a pale, pale pink and a champagne color. So that's what was left over from the other the other bracelet like that. There are some hoops some hooks in here. I'm going to get them out and put them somewhere else. Uh-oh. So I've got, these are nice. These, I can do something nice with those. Here's, those are just the bags from the other beads that are used up. Here's some really nice gold beads. Some other little crystals and gold beads. And these are beautiful. I know you probably can't tell, but these are really beautiful green. They're like a green with a gold cast. So those are nice. Keep those. Here's some little tiny ones, 15s. Those are very tiny. And these are some nice wires. So all this gets kept. And these will have to be separated. Mostly I have mine separated by color. So as I go through here, if it's something that needs to be put with another color, then I'm going to do that. Why did I do that other? Oh. So I'll just pull those aside until I get to the color box they go in. Because I do most everything by color. When I get ready to do a project, whatever I have in mind, whether it's a bracelet, I need to save this. So I'm going to put these back in here. That's a project that needs to be done. I'm sure there's many of them in here. Okay. Bags. Let's see what's next. Oh, this looks like a good one. I usually use these as project boxes, basically. Now, I had a bunch of stuff in these, but my original goal was to use them as project boxes. So, you know, like I just did with the bracelet, there'd be one project in each box. Well, then you get carried away and you don't have enough boxes to do that. So these all need to be reincorporated into their colors. Oh, nice. It's all different kinds. I love these little beads. They're multicolored beads. They're really cute. So all of these need to be reincorporated with their colors. Now when I stopped beading, because I had a problem with my back a while, you know, it's been like, I don't know, it's hard to say how long it's been, but I'm going to say it's been probably 6 years since I haven't been beading. And then we moved and everything was packed away for almost a year, and just, you know, so on and so forth. That one's broken. And so I had stopped beading. Well, right about the time I stopped beading, they started coming out with all these new styles of beads, and really cool stuff, you know. But I don't have any of them because that's when I stopped beading, you know. So I don't have a lot of the new beads. I have a few where they had just started with a lot of new ones. New shapes is what I'm talking about. And all, but I don't have too many. So that got broken. I'm just going to tape it. So most of my beads are fairly, well, I don't want to say old style, but I mean, you know, you still use them. I just don't have any of the new shape beads, hardly at all. And I don't like to buy beads without seeing what they are. And our local bead store has closed. So I'm just going to try to, I mean, I've got a lot of beautiful beads. I'm just going to use them, you know. Just because something new comes out doesn't mean you have to have it. Sure is fun going bead shopping, though. But it's hard not to buy everything. Now I'm going to do some more bead embroidery, but I might do something besides big jewelry, you know, because that's what I've always liked to do. I really like bead embroidery, so I'll stay with that, but yeah. Okay, now this was a what do you call it, door prize or something or other, and I don't like it as a bracelet, but I love these dagger beads. So I'm going to see, well, I have it right here. I can take it apart. We'll see. I should say if I could take it apart easily. Pretty easy. I had to go to my daughter's house last night to pick my husband up from his Alaska trip, And they didn't get in till midnight. Well, when I got there, my granddaughter was watching Princess Bride. I haven't watched it in a long time. Apparently she watches it all the time. But I had not watched it in a long time, so that was kind of fun. See, I can tell this is made with Fireline because it is really hard to cut with regular scissors. Your scissors just want to go sideways or something. Nail clippers work pretty good on it. That's what I always used to use. Okay, come on now, don't get stubborn. There we go. This is a nifty little tray right here. It has this little spout, so when you get stuff in here, you can pour it out. Oh, Nettie, their trip was great. I watched the videos and all the pictures that everybody took. They have an app that for the trip, so you could upload your pictures to the app while you're on the trip, and people at home can see them. At the end of the trip, they make a video and put all the pictures together, and you can watch the video and all this. So I watched all their pictures this morning, and my husband's too, that he didn't upload, you know. And they had a great time. I couldn't really see the whales very well in the pictures, but there were some whales. They just didn't pop up very much, but you could see them out there in the water. And penguins, I'm not penguins, what am I saying? Seals. He has one picture where the seals are sitting on a buoy, and there's like, I don't know, 8 or 10 of them all squished together sitting on this buoy. I don't know how they all stayed on there. But yeah, it went well. It went pretty well. He brought me a pendant. And I couldn't, he showed me the picture to ask me if I liked it, you know, but he'd already bought it. And it was very pretty. And it looked in the picture to be about, I'm going to say almost an inch tall, but it's not. It's real tiny, and it's so pretty. So I'm going to have to go get a necklace for it because it's just a pendant. And it's agate with gold in it. So there's lines, you know, little lines of gold in the agate, and the setting is gold, so it's really pretty. So I was real tickled that he picked it out himself. He usually lets my daughter pick things like that out, but he picked this out himself, so that was kind of neat. It was good for him to be home. I don't think he has another trip until we leave for where it is we're going, Mexico. I was glad I didn't go, though, because he said I would have had a hard time. They had a couple of people that went that were not fully functional, you know, and they had a hard time. And I kind of knew that. Plus, I didn't want to deal with little tiny rooms. And he and my daughter ended up staying in the same room on the ship, on the cruise part. And he said it was okay, but he said, but I had to do everything in the bathroom, you know, and it was really small. So we had to dress in there and everything. But they had a good time. He said it's so majestic that you can't even imagine how majestic everything looks. That's not exactly what he said, but that's the only word I can think of to describe what he was saying. I'm really looking forward to the Mexico trip. I mean, we just went in March, or came back home in March, but I'm just really looking forward to it. I think maybe some of it's because I feel like I haven't gone anywhere in a long time. Of course, I did in March, but whenever the rest of them are going all these different places and taking trips and going to pickleball tournaments and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sitting here at home all the time. So sometimes I think, oh, I want to go somewhere. But then I'm glad to wait so that I can go to Mexico. So, whatever. The dogs were certainly glad to see him home. Okay, let's get to the end of this. It's taking too long. You would have, Nettie. Just from looking at the pictures, You saw the glaciers. They didn't see any of the lights, the sky. But it was kind of funny. Like I said, they were sharing a room, and he woke Olivia up and said, "Come on, come look at the sky." So they both get up, and they had a balcony. Get up and they go out on the balcony, looking and looking and looking. They don't see anything. Well, there was a green light in the bedroom, in the room somewhere that was blinking, and I guess he woke up half asleep and saw the green light and didn't realize what it was because they were hoping to see the borealis and all that, and so he got her up and they're out there standing on the deck trying to see the lights, and it was something in the room that was blinking green. Oh, I thought that was funny. Okay, so there's a closure, and I think because that matches, I'm going to put it in a bag by itself. Because it's a nice closure. Now these beads, they're little ladybugs. They're all red, but they've got gold dots in the stripe. Come on. Come on. Anyway, you get the idea. So these are little ladybugs. So I'm going to put them in a separate bag. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's a nice little bag of those that can be used on something. They'd be cute on a dangle for a journal. Okay, so I can put that down now. This has daggers and seed beads. I'm not going to separate these. I'm just going to put them all together because they match perfectly. So whatever I'm going to use the dangles on, I probably want those seed beads to go with it. So that's just going in one package. Now some of these will end up going back in these boxes. because if it's not something I already have in my, I call them my medicine boxes, then there's not going to be room, because I don't think I have any empty ones. There might be 1 or 2 spots empty, but unless it's something that already matches, I'm not going to, you know, have a place to put them. So that's why I do these by color. The other ones are kind of by color too, so like, you know, greens will be in one box, but they're not all totally sorted. Okay, there's those. There's a lot more than 20 of those. All right, what's next? Let's see. We got to get rid of this. Oh, thanks, Queen Bee. Hi, Mystic Mermaid. Merman? Merman. Mystic Merman. Thanks for coming. Okay, so here's a little bag. That's cute. It's got little butterflies on it. I'll use that for something. Where's my something spot? I guess it's right there. Need a bag for these. And this is fun for me because I haven't seen this stuff in a long time. I haven't used it in a long time. Put those in because they're the same thing. And I think what I'm going to use these wires for is flowers. There's a really cool way to make flowers in there with beads. And I think that's what they're going to be for. They're a little bit bigger than what I wear. I don't like stuff hitting the side of my neck. I know that's weird, but there you go. Okay, now these I'm going to lay over here for now. Here are all these wires over here. This toggle over here, and here's a piece of wire. I don't know where that came from. All right, next. Oh, these are little beads. The hole goes this way, and it's FSH. No, FHS, Festus High School. That's what that's for. I need to do something with that for my sister-in-law because she works there. Here's another one of these doohickeys. I'll find it. All right, let's see what we got in here. Here's another piece that's started. This is a donut shaped bead. And these are some red howlite. So this is ready to use with something. I probably meant for it to be a bracelet. These will go down like this. So that's an unfinished project. I think I'm going to take a box and put the things that are finished, but I don't know if I'm going to finish them or how I'm going to use them. Like that. Okay, here's some red beads, gold beads, brass beads, brown beads, really pretty gold beads, gold and champagne. These are beautiful. Here are some antique. I don't really know what they are. But I like that the metal on them has turned black because they look good with certain things. So these are going in the box. These are some, they're like crystal teardrop things. And here, these are pretty. I like to use these on wire wrap bracelets. They work really well. Let's find them a bag. So when I get done, I'm going to have a box full of things that need to be incorporated either in my bead boxes, in my, what do we call these? These have a name. What are they called? They're called craft something. But they're really medicine boxes. Locking 7-compartment organizer. I think you can still get these from Joann's. And there's like I have 2 different styles. One looks like this, and it's square on the back and curved right here. You push the end, and you have to push the end to open the things, and then when you shut it, it's fastened. Now these are pretty safe, but let me tell you what. If you drop them from the top of the table, they'll pop open and spread beads everywhere. Hi, Susan. Thanks for coming. Beads aren't safe. I don't care what they're in. They're not safe. Now, this is a very pretty little piece. It's, let's see, what are these called? I don't know what it's called, but it's like a morning glory looking thing or something. And it has, you can string it on the back through 2 holes. So it makes a nice little component. This someone made and gave to me. So it's something I can do something with. So it's going in here because I don't know what is going to happen to it. Another empty box for now. Oh, here's some of my favorite beads. Black bugles, yellow, bright yellow. I like these colors together. They're sort of a pale, a light peach, a darker, well, let's say a light coral, a dark coral, and a seafoam green kind of color. Those work up pretty together. Here are some end caps. These are handmade end caps. I did not make them. Glasswork stuff. So, like if you have a thick rope, you put it in here, and you have a wire that comes out, and you attach your finding to the wire. So these are like on the back of the necklace usually, or you can put them on the front. So I'm going to put those in a bag. They're not cheap. Let's see how much these were. 18 bucks, and that was probably 8 or 9 years ago. Now these will definitely end up back in one of these boxes. So you can see this is just various things that are in here. Here are some lucite flowers. Thanks, Queen Bee. You like beads you can see? You mean big beads? So here's a little lucite flower. If you've seen, oh, why is it so fuzzy? If you've seen any of my earrings and stuff that I sell, sometimes I use these. I just used them the other day, some bigger ones on, well, I can't get to it. I'll show you later. The journal jewelry I started last week, I used some of these. So this has another place to go. I have them totally separate from everything else. The lucite beads, I got a bunch of those. Those will get put somewhere. I hate having to keep undoing these boxes, but right now that's kind of what I got to do. I'm getting a big stack over here of empty boxes, which is a good thing. More of the same. A lot of these were from projects that I did. They're leftovers. Some I bought from somebody in a batch. Look at those. Those are beautiful. Some, you can't see them. These are some really pretty bugle beads. I can get one. Nope, see, you're not going to be able to see it. But it's like a green, it looks like a green and blue kind of changes. Those are just really pretty. I like those. I like turquoise colors. Yeah, now see things like this. I probably have already have some of these in a other bead box. Those will probably end up back in one of these boxes. And this is the kind of thing where the colors are all mixed up. That's because I did some kind of project that included all these colors. And when I was done, this is what was left. So instead of picking them out, I just put them all in one bag. Same thing with this. Because when I do bead embroidery, I use a lot of different colors. These are like 15 beads, tiny, tiny beads. My eyes have changed so much since I was doing this. I hope I'm still going to be able to see. These also, I like to wire wrap these into bracelets. They make nice bracelets. And if you've been following me on Keisha's, about a year ago or so, I had a lot of wire bracelets. Boho wire bracelets, wire wrapped bracelets. And I used a lot of that type of bead on them. So now you can see why I don't really need to go shopping anywhere but in my own house for beads. Because I have so many and so many different kinds. Let's see, what is this? All right, now these are the kinds of things. So I've got a stone bead in here. I've got 3 other beads and a little gold bead. These need to be dispersed to where they fit, where they fit. And this is, I was showing you before where I had the tubing and stuff. This is what I was talking about. If I can get this out. So as I'm going along, this is a straw. And see how it moves? So as I'm going along, I'm beading up here. And as I go, I just keep pulling this up a little bit farther and keep beading. And when it gets down, I pull it up again. So this will be long down here. And I'll be working up on this edge, going around and around and around. And all it does is it helps me keep my tension right and helps me keep my design going. Yeah, Susan, it's changed. The name of it's changed. And it just recently changed. To tell you the truth, I can't even think of what it is right now. But it's, I don't have anything in there right now because I just changed it. So, but thank you for trying to find it. I need to take that off of there. So that's what all these other little things I was showing you, So like the smaller the form, I guess is the best thing to call it, the smaller the tube of beads is. So that's what all that stuff is for. And this is really, I'll do something with this. So I'm going to put it in here. I think I'm not going to make it any longer. I was showing someone how to do this. That's why it's this size. But I'll use it as a component somewhere for something. And I think I want to put it in a smaller bag. I was going to say a while ago, and I never finished my thought. When I start a project, the only thing I have an idea of when I start it is the color, and if I want it to be a bracelet or a necklace or whatever. That's all I start with. So once I decide, let's say I want yellow. I'll find everything I have that I think I might use that's yellow, or that will go with it. Maybe yellow and brown, or yellow and black, or something, you know. And I'll collect all the beads that I think I will use, that I even think I might use with that project. Now, if it's going to be a long time before I do the project, I don't do it, because I might want those beads for something else. But what I do is I take one of these boxes and I take all those different little things I found that I want to use for that project in the color I want to use, and put them in one box. And then when I'm ready to start, I decide what shape I want, like this, or maybe it would be a whole bracelet shape, or just a pendant like this, or something like this, or whatever. And decide, you know, what colors I really want and what pieces I want to use. Then I put them all in the box together so that when I start the project, that's what I'm using. And then as I go, you know, I'll pick out, okay, now what do I want to be my main color? And so on and so forth. So sometimes I will take my my shape that I'm going to work with and lay it out, and then take the beads and kind of lay them on there to see what I want to do. Those are pretty. And that's kind of how I go about it. Now, sometimes I start out and I think I'm making a necklace, and it ends up being a bracelet. Or I think I'm making a bracelet and it ends up being a necklace. Oh my, those are pretty. But it's for me, it's mostly color. It's mostly about the color. Oh my gosh, those are pretty. They're even pretty through the plastic. I think these are called chatons or chatons, something like that. See, there's another case where I made something and this was the leftovers all together. Now I do have, or I did have, there's not very many in there right now, but I have a jar that when I have stuff like this and I don't want to separate it out, or I don't want to keep it together like this, I just dump them in the jar. And then the whole jar is just a bead soup of things. And then if I want to use that, I either pick a few out and put them on my work surface, whatever I'm working on, and just pick out the colors that I want, or I use them a lot of times on something that just has a bunch of colors and it's random. So, you know, but that's how I save them. And this has lost its. Let's see, how am I going to do this? I don't need that. There's a pretty crystal I want to keep. I'll keep that. Okay, I think the rest of this has come out of this little jar, which these are crimp tubes. Oh, no wonder. It's busted. Huh. How weird is that? Wonder how it got broken, and I wonder what happened to it. Oh, here it is. I had it. Now where'd it go? Right there. Piece of glass. All right, we'll toss that. Some of these bags are old. I'm just reusing them. looking for that piece of glass. There's one tiny piece. There it is. Come on, you little booger. There he is. I think that was all. Nope. I've been thinking about taking beads with me when I go to Mexico this time instead of paper stuff. Beads and maybe my coloring books. Okay, there's that. Get rid of the glass. Find some tape. Hi, Angie. Well, I've been fumbling around with stuff today. I don't know what the deal is. Okay, guys, there you go. You should go with the metal stuff. Okay, so, and here's more metal stuff. All right, now I'm going to put this little crystal in this little crummy bag so that when I find the crystals, actually I think all my crystals are in the other little bead boxes. And then this has a place to go when I get it out. Light up there. Another empty. My box down here is loading up. Okay, so here's some tubing. Sometimes when I do the peyote tubular peyote, I leave the plastic in there because it gives it a really nice support. Crystals. I forget what this chain's called. Look at those. Aren't they pretty? Ooh, shiny. I need to go down here. So, I'm telling you guys, there's a huge pile of boxes. I still got quite a few. Now, let's see. Oh, this is my bracelet stuff. This makes the neatest bracelet. I don't have a picture of it. I don't have one here with me. Oh, here's one. So this is, it's not finished. Oh, it needs its thing put back on here. Not totally finished. But anyway, this is how it looks. I love it. I really do. Susan, I use it for the necklaces. I don't know if I have any in here. I'll have to get one to show you. Wait, maybe there's one in here. So whenever I do something like this, it goes this way, actually. It needs a chain of some kind. So I like to make the chain beaded also. So it might be beaded using these same beads right here. Not big, not this big, but maybe this big in a small tubular, so that it's just like it acts as a chain. on a necklace or however you want to use it. There might be another one in here to show you. If I see it, I'll show you. If I come across it. But this is really a cool bracelet. This is made using, oh, now I'm not going to remember what the name of this is again. I want to say, nope, I don't even know what I want to say. It's made using these, which are, you know, attached to each other. Those little rhinestone things. It's made using that. And maybe this is curb chain. I'm not sure if that's what it's called. This is a chain that has round holes. Oh. And so this makes the sides like this. And then you take this leather cord and you weave it the leather cord goes around and around and around and around and around so that it holds it all together. So it holds the rhinestone part between the two chain pieces, and it goes around each part and holds it together. And you have to have, well, you don't have to, but it's very helpful. On the ends of the cup chain is what this is called, the sparkly one. On the ends of it, it usually has a little piece with a loop on it. But if I guess I don't have one of those in here, but you can do it without the loop. But that's what this is. I'm glad I found this. I didn't know I had this many of these left, but I like these really well. These are just little kits. So I'm going to leave this in this bag by itself, and you can have copper. The copper with the stones turns out really pretty with the black leather. That's the one I have upstairs, is that color. Here it is with the silver chain. Really pretty. So, oh, here's the little extra pieces. You have to put that on at the end so that you have a hoop, because otherwise it's just, there's nothing there and you have to figure out some other way to put a clasp on. So that one's staying together. That was a project from a bead retreat. Here's a cabochon that I made from clay. Did I make this one from clay? Yes, I did. I had a it's got like cranes on it, and cranes, and I don't think you'll be able to see it. Whoops, if I can find the camera. There. It's not a very good, but it has two cranes, and then it has some cattails in the background. So that was a pendant that or a cabochon that I had purchased, and I made a mold of it, and then I made it out of clay. And whenever I start a piece like this, whenever I start the piece, all my big components like this and this donut one, they're all on separate pieces of felt like this. And then I can make the bezel around it. And then when that's all, when I get it to whatever I'm doing, because it's easier than having three things on here and trying to stitch around it. It's easier to do the separate things first. And then once it's beaded around, then I can stitch it down. So I cut it really close, not cutting, making sure I don't cut the threads. And then I could put the piece down and stitch it, just whip stitch it to the next piece of felt. Okay, we got all kinds of stuff in here. More mixed up beads. Some pretty purple ones. These will all get incorporated somewhere. And then this is, let's see, how does this go? I think supposed to go like this, but it didn't come out very well. I was following some pattern. I don't like following patterns, but I was following a pattern for this one, and it's supposed to be like a button and kind of shaped more like this. But something happened here. I guess I didn't fill it in right, or I didn't use the right side bead or something. So I didn't do something with that. There's nothing wrong with it. And then these are called Russian leaves. And you can make earrings or whatever. I think I'm going to use these with some journaling stuff. So I'm going to put them in here. And then these are some more glassworked beads. They're little fish. Little fish earrings. I don't know if you can see those very well. They're fish with big lips. See the big lips? I really like them, but I decided I'm not a big fish earring person, so they need to have something else done with them. I'm going to put them over here. So here we have a blue box. This is what I mean when I talk about the colors. Now, probably some of these, don't know how to deal with this right now. Let's see. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the colors in the boxes, whether I think they're going to stay in the box or not. If it's blue, I'm going to put it in. And then when I get all done, it probably won't happen on here, but when I get all done, then I could go back to my little bead boxes, go through each one of these again, and pull out the things that match. And then the things that don't match anything will stay in. That's a good idea. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so there's blue. Now let's see if we've got more blue up here. Oh, Susan, here's a chain, a tubular peyote. See how pretty that is? It's really flexible. It makes a nice chain. And for those bigger pieces, you know, you need something that's bigger than a little chain. You need something that is substantial to the piece. So we're going to put that in here. It's blue. Let's see. And here's some blue and purple. No, I think I put that with the purple. Some green crystals. Here's a little piece of flat beading. This is, what is this? This is peyote. Put him in there. I think I might already have a thing that's crystals. There's some more blue. So let's see. Teardrops. Here's a cabochon. Another cabochon. Some blue beads. Here's some little grayish blue beads. These are very pretty. And here are some pretty, look at that light flash on there. I love these little flower beads. Here are some, what do they call this? Can't think of what it's called. These are glass. So it's not like I don't have stuff to use, is it? Got plenty. Well, I hope you get some stuff done, Angie. Here's another cabochon. Cabochons are flat on the back. These, I don't know if they're blue or purple. It's kind of hard to separate the absolutely blue ones from the purpley blue ones. Put those in there. And this is blue, but it's more purple than blue. These are more blue, I'm going to say. These are more purple. Here's some little purple things. Blue. Blue flowers. Blue gray. More purple than blue. I don't know, this one's more blue, I think, yeah. And this, it's actually more purple than it is blue. It's got purple, green, and blue in it. Yeah, it's definitely blue, blue, blue. What's this? So I'll leave that there because it goes together. That's blue, blue. I'll put this over here because I think it goes with these. That's definitely purple, purpley blue. And these are really purpley blue. These are more blue. And I think these are going in here. And I have some oddballs in there. Okay, that's blue. That's blue. That's more purple, really. And this is more purple, and this is more purple. Okay. Purple. Blue. Green. All right, so let's shut this one for now. There might be some more purple. I'll just set it over here. Quick look. This is more turquoise. These need to come out. What is all this about? Here's a big piece. It's black. Here's some pretty pieces too. Actually, these came with another, I wonder where that is. Came with another, came as a whole set. And there were like maybe 5 with a big piece in the middle and 1 piece on each side, and these 2. It's very pretty. It's some type of Jasper. but it's not the right color to go in there. So let's see. Here's a little earring. I think I was trying something. There's some more of these leaves. It's a little cute little earring. That can make a nice component. And put these together. Angie, those bowls were over the top from last night. Or night before, whenever it was. Oh, I have 2 of these? Is that in here? I did. I have 2 of them. Ooh, I might have to make these up for myself. They're very pretty. See? I don't think I'm going to get through all these boxes before we have to leave. Okay, these are crystal type things. This is all black. Black. Sometimes black is really hard to discern in the little ones. And I have some 2-hole beads here. Whenever I stopped beading and when we moved, I decided to vacuum out my chair where I always sat to bead. There were beads down in here like you wouldn't believe. And there was always beads on the floor. Sometimes when you're beading, you go to pick up a bead and it just flies across the room. Whoa. I'm really looking forward to doing some more beading, but I have a lot of stuff I need to do first probably before I do. What happened to my box? Oh. I did the same type of beading for so long that I'm a little nervous about it. About, you know. That is so pretty. This particular piece is finished. This part of it's finished. The focal point's finished. Let's see, where are we? Okay, this is crystals. This is blue. I didn't think I had any more blue. So I'll put the blue away. What's next? Pinks and reds. Ooh, these are like, well, you might need to go on the purple stack because they're sort of raspberry. And these change colors. I don't know if you can see that or not. They're purple and kind of a gold. And almost a silver in there too. Those would be pretty on something. But where do I put them? I think I need to put them with the purple because that's probably what I would use them with. Let me find it again. Where to put it? right here. Nope. I know I just had purple. I might have stacked it back up. Okay, well, I'm gonna lay these over in another box. I know there's purple out here somewhere. Okay. This is what happens when you have this much stuff. It gets all jumbled up. So here's another piece that I started. This is on a coffee stirrer. So it's about the same size as the one I showed you, the rope I showed you a while ago. So I think it's going in here. There's a tube of champagne colored. These are pink. Crystally looking pink. And then these are gold. Different golds. These are not gold, are they? I think those are silvery. Okay, I'm just going to leave these in here because I can't tell if they're silver or gold. I'm getting down to shorter stacks now, so I can kind of look through to see what's happening. Oh, okay, we're going to put this aside. This is black, and this is gold crystal. Okay, so here's some more blue or something. All right, here's a piece that's been started. Not sure where I was going with what I was doing with them. I must have been making a pendant, a big one. See how big that is? And these are Jaspers. And I might finish that some point. So I'm going to leave this all together because these are all the colors that I'm using with that. And if I take them away, I won't know which color to use. Sort of like yarn. You could decide, you don't know what color you used before. Okay, now this is, I don't know what I was doing with that. I think that needs to be taken apart. All right, so black. I'm glad y'all are keeping each other occupied. Well, I must have had an idea and drew a picture. Okay, ooh, these are so pretty. Okay, there's black. These are metal, those are called. And these are a really weird bead. The only reason I have them is because I did a bracelet, which I don't even know what happened to. Not in here though. So this is like a little cone, and the hole's at the bottom. So when you sew it onto a bracelet, it sticks up like this. So I have these. These are like a grayish brown color. Here's some daggers. They're gray with really pretty spots on them. Here's some Dalmatian stones. Here's some more of these pretty things. Okay, I think these are green. Here's a component. These are hematite. I'm going to put them in the black. I'll put those in the crystals. And here's a real pretty little agate that you can see through. Well, that's got to go someplace. Actually, it probably can stay in here because it goes really well with these colors. Here's a big stone. Pretty. The hole goes long ways. Leave it in there. Yeah, I think all of these can stay in here. These right here. And this. And these. I don't think these need to. They go somewhere else. Okay. Running out of space. These. Oh, let me see. Queen Bee, Angie, Deb, what do you think about the journals I made? Oh, Angie, I thought they were great. I thought they were great. Did you have fun making them? Where do you buy those plastic cases? I probably got them at Joann's, I'm thinking. They're not cheap. These cases go in, you might not have been here. These cases go in a bigger case. So you get, how many do you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You get 16 of these boxes in a big case. And I think it was like 30 bucks. I'm just thinking. And they're iris boxes. They're meant to hold pictures. I really like them for my beads. Okay, now these are green, so those are going together. Let's see, did I miss anything else? Let's see, what was the other? No, I do not label each plastic bag. I'm going to tell you, I am really bad about keeping packaging and knowing where I got things from. I appreciate when people tell you where they got stuff from on their live streams or their videos, but I just never have done it. So anything that I have mostly does not have, unless it's something like this, you know, that I kept in the bag. That's pretty unusual for me to do that. And a lot of these beads were bought from other people, bought when they were on sale. They may not even be in the right package. See, this says Jet Matte Blue Iris. These are not blue iris. So I reuse packaging. There's no telling. Sometimes I kind of know where it is because of the places that I usually shop, but I apologize. I'm really bad about that. I don't know if I want those in there. No, because that's gold stuff. Sorry, I didn't see that. I'm pretty sure I got these boxes at Joann's. At least one of them. I have several, so. But I think at least one of them I got at Joann's. Now, my favorite stone is Jasper. This is sandstone. But my favorite stone is Jasper. So I'll always have a lot of Jasper in different colors. Or something that goes with Jasper. So, here's it. And I like these, honey colored beads, or the ones that look similar to, I'll think of it in a minute. Amber colors, I like really well. So this is I have a lot of cabochons in here, goodness, didn't know that. So this is my amber box, I guess. But you see the reason I keep these together. I hope I explain that, because when I start a project, I go by color. So I know if I'm looking for gold or amber colored stuff, I can look in here and find something that I might want to use. If I have it all put away separately, you know, then I might miss something that I would have really liked to use in my project. So that's why I do it this way. Now, most of my stone pieces, things that look like this size, I have a box somewhere over here. Right here. So I have a lot of these in smaller, you know, these smaller sizes. So I can just go through here and pick what I want to use. So normally these would go in here, but I'm keeping these in here because of the colors. I should put this one in here too. Anyway, that's how I do it. Usually I keep my cabochons separate too, but if I have some that I know the colors are going to match, I just leave them. I'm not very efficient, am I? Yeah, if you know, you can use those for your art supplies as long as something's not too big. I really would like to do some wire wrapping, but I don't think I have the strength in my hands anymore to do it very well. So I don't know if I'll be doing any more of that. I would like to. I want to do some metal, wire, resin, combination of all those things. There's only so many hours in a day, in case you hadn't noticed. Okay, so where's the box? These are really pretty beads. I guess they're glass, but they're almost translucent. Not quite, but almost. They're just really pretty. Alrighty then, let's see. That can go in there. Those are going somewhere else. Crystals, green. We haven't got to green yet. Okay, I guess we're on this one. Now this has a couple of things that I want to make. This is really pretty. I'm going to dump these out so you can see them. Got 15 minutes left. So here are the beads. I'll just put this all in here. These are the things I found that I want to incorporate in this project. Aren't they pretty? So there'll be more than one strand. So this is a closure that has this little finding on it that you can hook as many as you want on here. I mean, I could put 3, or I could put 5, or I could put however many holes, 2, 4, 6, whatever, and it'd be a multi-strand necklace. So I have those. These are beautiful beads. They're kind of mossy, light and dark mossy colors, which really go well with the mossy colors in the stone. Sterling wire. These are for me, so I don't usually sell anything with sterling because I think it's too expensive for people to buy. Usually they don't want it, so I keep the sterling for myself. Then I have this one, which I think is going to be beautiful. So I have silver head pins. Let me get up here where you can see. Silver head pins, silver beads, silver charms. I forgot about these little mermaids. You can't see it. Little mermaids. Didn't realize I had that many. I'm not going to need that many after this necklace, but there we go. They're there if I want them. This is a glass blown starfish. It's like an ivory kind of color. And I have all these little green beads that I really like. And let's see. I have this chain that will be probably be the whole neck chain. And I've got here's the closure. So this will have 3 strands on it when it's done. Here's some little shells. Here's some jade beads, and some China beads. So that's for this one. I think it's going to be really pretty. Go ahead, Angie, whatever. So that's definitely a project I want to do for myself. All right, I'm going to do, what time is it? I'm going to do one more real quick. And then I'm going to show you the, oh, this was something I was trying to figure out. That's as far as I got. The yellows. Yellow. Not yellow. There's some more crystals. Here's some more dagger beads. Little spots on them. Yellow. Alright, here's some yellow crystal stuff. Some yellow chips. There's some Swarovski crystal beads. And here's some more little tear shapes. Here is a wrapped stone on a gear. It's just a little pendant. So we put it over here. There's the ring. Here's another one. With copper. I know it's hard to see. It's a copper gear and copper wire around a faceted stone. And some more blue. All right, so I'm going to stop right here because my time is almost up. And I'm going to show you how my journal jewelry ended up from last week, as I said I would. All right, let's see if we can't do this. They're already packaged up, so you have to see them through the packaging. So I'm just going to lay them out. I was going to make these a lot fuller, but I liked them the way they are. I mean, I added more to them than I had on last week, but not as much as I had intended to, because I just like them the way they are. I thought they turned out pretty nice. There they are. So those will be going to the market in the next box. Well, maybe this month before the month's out. We'll see. I appreciate y'all coming by and watching this slow moving train. So I wanted to show you those. Oh, Teresa, that's a good idea. The ones I just showed are being sold at the market, Keisha's Marketplace, for their jewelry for journals, basically. Well, I've gotten a bit of a start on this. See, now that I have it all spread out, that means I have to finish it. Okay, Angie, have a good time. So I appreciate you ladies coming and visiting with me, and gentlemen, I'm not sure. Yeah, Tony makes the lampwork stuff like the fish and that I was showing before, these kinds of things. My husband always thought I would be interested in doing that, and I would be, but I just, I can't do one more thing. It's just too much. Too many things. I'm kind of pretty much set on the things I like to do now, so, you know, I just make a circle and go back and do something else that I like, that I already have supplies for, and that makes me really happy. There's plenty to learn new with the things I already like to do. So, you know. Well, I hope you all have a great evening, rest of the week. Hope to see you during the week somewhere. And thanks for sticking around. Not the most exciting thing to do, but things need to be done, and it's fun to look at stuff. So, hope you enjoyed it, and I appreciate you. And take care of yourself this week and be kind to someone else. I'll see you next time. Bye.